She sat across from me in our usual cafe, twisting a strand of her hair the way she always did when she was uneasy. From the second she walked in, I knew something was off. Her smile never reached her eyes, and she avoided looking at me directly. We'd been together almost 3 years. Things hadn't been perfect lately, but I never expected what she said next without warning, without hesitation. I went on a date last night with someone else. For a moment, everything froze. I blinked, trying to process if I had heard her correctly, but she didn't stop. She told me his name, that they worked together, how they laughed over dinner. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. She wanted me to hear it. I stared at her, searching her face. There was no regret there, no hint of apology. It felt like she was testing me, pushing, waiting to see how far she could go. Maybe she thought I'd beg her to stay. Maybe she wanted me to fall apart. Instead, I lifted my coffee, took a slow sip, gave a small nod, and said, "Thanks for being honest. I hope he treats you better than I did." That wasn't the reaction she was prepared for. She froze, lips parted, caught completely off guard. "Wait, that's it?" she asked, disbelief creeping into her voice. "You're not going to yell? Ask me why." I leaned back in my chair and shook my head. The hurt was real, but I wasn't about to hand her the satisfaction of seeing it. I don't fight for a place I'm not wanted. I told her, if you needed someone else, then we were already over. I was just the last one to know. The words landed. Her confidence faltered, and for the first time, she looked uncertain. She began to backtrack, saying she hadn't meant for things to go that far, that she was confused, that she just needed clarity. But her explanations rang hollow. She realized too late that what she'd done wasn't brave. It was cruel, and my calm response stripped away the dramatic scene she'd been expecting. I stood up, drained the last of my drink, and said, "I wish you the best. You made your choice. I'm just respecting it." I saw the flicker of regret in her eyes, but I didn't stay long enough to watch it deepen. I walked out with my dignity intact, leaving her behind to feel what it was like to be the one left. That evening, I went to her apartment to collect my things. There wasn't much. I had never let myself get too comfortable. I left the photos, the notes, the gifts, let her sit with the emptiness, with the reminders of me in the silence I left behind. Days turned into weeks. Eventually, she reached out, first short texts, then long emails saying she had made a mistake, that it hadn't meant anything, that she missed us. I never replied, not out of anger, but because I finally found peace. I poured myself back into old hobbies, reconnected with friends I had drifted from because of her. Life kept moving, and so did I. Her absence didn't leave a void. It brought calm, a quiet I hadn't realized I needed. Through mutual friends, I heard she wasn't doing well. The man she'd gone out with ghosted her after only a few weeks. She thought it would become something more. Instead, she ended up with nothing, losing what she already had. Some lessons only settle in the hard way. Looking back, I'm grateful I never begged or lost my temper. Sometimes the strongest response is quiet resolve. My silence carried more weight than anger ever could. She told me about that date, thinking it would shatter me, but my reaction flipped everything. In the end, she didn't just lose the fling. She lost a man who truly cared for her.